Hi, everybody. I hope you and yours are well. This is Czapnik from the Jewish Learning Exchange in Los Angeles. We must always keep on thinking and praying and hoping for the situation in Israel, that the kidnapped prisoners come home happily and healthily soon. Those that are injured should have a full and speedy recovery, and the Almighty should protect the Israeli soldiers and all of the Jewish people around the world. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Terumah. In Parshat Terumah, it talks about the donations that were required with the instructions of how to build the tabernacle, the Mishkan. The Mishkan was a mini temple that was portable, that the Jewish people could take with them as they traveled the desert to have the divine presence rest within them. One of the things they needed for the walls of the Mishkan was Atse Shittim wood, which some people interpret as acacia wood. And the question is, where did they get it from? They didn't have it in the desert. So Rashi comments and teaches us what our sages tell us, that Yaakov, Jacob, our forefather, with divine prophecy, saw that the Jewish people would need this wood for the Mishkan, and he took it with him and planted it in the land of Egypt, and he told his children, pass it on, that when the Jewish people leave Egypt, that they should take along the wood. They're going to need it for the walls, for the boards that would make up the walls of the Mishkan of this tabernacle. So Rosh Shadran and others ask a very interesting question. Of all the things in the Mishkan, they needed gold and silver and copper and certain animal skins and all different kind of things, and stones and this and that, beautiful stones. Why did Yaakov have to prepare this and didn't prepare other things for it? And some of the other stuff came by miraculously. And he says a very beautiful idea, and he says the following idea. He says that the walls of the Mishkan were very important. The walls set the parameters for the place that would be distinct from the rest of the world, where the divine presence would rest. And for the divine presence to rest, it's not enough just to happen to have it miraculously. We have to put in our work, preparation, and dedication to make it happen. Not through just miracles, but through effort and labor. So how's that relevant to us? Well, the Jewish home is considered a Mishkan Ma'at, a little tabernacle. And again, not coincidentally, the Hebrew word for woman is Isha, Aleph Shin Hey, and also for wife. And the Hebrew word for man, Ish, Aleph Yud Shin. And they each have together the Yud and the Hey, the minimal divine name. That if a husband and wife treat each other properly, then the divine presence rests in their home as well. I know of a woman who jogged by a Jewish home in the neighborhood, in my neighborhood, that had a large family, that had the house filled with noise, Torah thoughts, singing Shabbat songs, and yes, good food. And the woman was so impressed with the light that came out of this house that she decided to convert. That's a beautiful home with the divine presence in it. Having a home with peace and harmony allows the divine presence to rest. The great Rabbi Zalman Auerbach, of blessed memory, very special Jew who lived in Israel. When his wife unfortunately passed away, he was told that it was time for him to speak to the coffin where his wife was in and ask forgiveness for anything he may have said or done that hurt her feelings. And Rabbi Zalman said, I will do it because that's the custom, but I have nothing to apologize to my wife about, because we lived in such great harmony, and if I would have died first and she would be standing where I am, she would have nothing to apologize to me either, because she never did anything wrong to me too. Can you imagine the peace they had in their home? And yes, you can imagine that the divine presence rested in their home. Rabbi Levine, the Tzal of blessed memory, took his wife to the doctor one time and said to the doctor, "Her foot hurts us." You can imagine the harmony and peace they had in their home as well. So what can we do to be able to do that? Well, some ideas. Rabbi Cheskel Levenstein, a blessed memory, said to his students, a person needs to ask himself every day, what did I do today to enhance my shalom bayis, my peace in my home? Every day. Can't just live on what I did a long time ago. If we try to live these ways, then we will create a place for the presence of God to be in our home. But we have to do the work. And another idea that might be helpful is the Hebrew word for love is ahava. And the word ahava, love, comes from the word hav, to give. And Rav Dessler says something very beautiful. He says, as long as your desire is to give to another, both of you will receive from each other and you will be happy. But the moment that you desire to take rather than to give, neither of you will be happy, neither of you will receive, and God forbid you will not be you'll be unhappy as well. So may we all work on harmony in our homes and our communities, so that the divine presence will rest upon us too. It's a big job, but we can do it with the right attitude, with the right role models, as we mentioned, and may the divine presence rest in our communities and our homes as well. Have a wonderful and great Shabbos. All the best.